subscribe to our channel and click the video. And if you like the plants, then you're gonna love 100% love this story. If you're still not interested about the flower, it's still so fun. So let's get started. If you subscribe and like the video, I will gonna be here soon. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it seemed like you did it already. Good.
Hey guys! So for today, I'm gonna take a video in reading again, and today's book is The Ugly Vegetable. And this story is really challenging, and there's a lot of hard vocabulary word, but it's still fun if you understand the vocabulary word. If you still don't understand, then you can search in Google or watch my video. So let's get started. The Ugly Vegetable. In the spring, I helped my mother start our garden. We used whole shovel to turn the grass upside down, and I saw pink worm wriggling around. It was hard work. When we stopped to rest, we saw that the neighbors were starting their gardens too. "Hi, Irma," my mother called to Mrs. Cormoran. Mrs. Cormoran was digging too. She was using a small shovel, one that fit in her hand. "Mommy," I asked, "why are we using such big shovel? Mrs. Cormoran has a small one." "Because our garden needs more digging," she said. I helped my mother plant the seed, and we dragged the hose to the garden. "Hi, Linda. Hi, Mickey," I called to the Fitzgerald. They were sprinkling water on their garden with green watering can. "Mommy," I asked, "why are we using a hose? Linda and Mickey use watering can." "Because our garden needs more water," she said. Then my mother drew funny pictures on pieces of paper, and I stuck them into the garden. "Hello, Rosam," my mother called across the street to Mrs. Andrew Howe. "Mommy," I asked, "why are we sticking this paper in the garden?" Miss Andrew Howe had seed packaging in her garden. "Because our garden is going to grow Chinese vegetable," she told me. "These are the name of the vegetable in Chinese, so I can tell which plant are growing where." One day, I saw our garden growing. Little green stems that looked like grass had popped out from the ground. "Our garden's growing!" I yelled. "Our garden's growing!" I rushed over to the neighbor's garden to see if theirs had grown. Their plant looked like little leaves. "Mommy," I asked, "why do our plant look like grass? The neighbor's plant look different." "Because they are growing flowers," she said. "Why can't we grow flowers?" I asked. "These are better than flowers," she said. Soon, all the neighbor's gardens were blooming. Up and down the street grew rainbows of flowers. The wind always smelled sweet, and butterflies and bees flew everywhere. Everyone's garden was beautiful, except for ours. Ours was all dark green and ugly. "Why didn't we grow flowers?" I asked again. "These are better than flowers," Mommy said again. I looked, but saw only black, purple, green vines, fuzzy wrinkled leaves, prickly stems, and a few little yellow flowers. "I don't think so," I said. "You wait and see," Mommy said. Before long, our vegetable grew. Some were big and lumpy, some were thin and green and covered with bumps. Some were just plain icky yellow. They were ugly vegetables. Sometimes I would go over to the neighbor and look at their pretty garden. They would show the poppies and peonies and petunias to me, and I would feel sad that our garden wasn't as nice. One day, my mother and I picked the vegetable from the garden. We filled the whole wheelbarrow full of them. We wheeled them to the kitchen. My mother washed them and took a big knife and started to chop them. "Ayaw!" she said when she caught them. She had to use all her muscle. The vegetables were hard and tough. "This is a Shanghangua," Mommy said, handing me a bumpy core vegetable. She pointed at the other vegetable. "This is Shangtie. That's a Changhao." I went outside to play. While I was playing catch with Mickey, a magical aroma filled the air. I saw the neighbors standing on their porches with their eyes closed, smelling the sky. They took deep breaths of air, like they were trying to eat the smell. The wind carried it up and down the street. Even the bees and butterflies seemed to smell the sand in the breeze. I smelled it too. It made me hungry, and it was coming from my house. When I followed it to my house, my mother was putting a big bowl of soup on the table. The soup was yellow and red and green and pink. "This is a special soup," Mommy said, and she smiled. She gave me a small bowl full of it, and I tasted it. It was so good. The flavors of the soup seemed to dance in my mouth and laugh all the way down to my stomach. I smiled. "Do you like it?" Mommy asked me. I nodded and held out my bowl for some more. It's made from our vegetable," she told me. Then the doorbell rang, and we ran to open the door. All our neighbors were standing at the door holding flour. "We noticed you're cooking." Mr. Fitzgerald laughed as he held out his flour, and we thought maybe you might be interested in a trade. We laughed too, and my mother gave them each their own bowl of her special soup. My mother told them what each vegetable was and how she grew it. She gave them the soup recipe and put some soup into a jar for them to take home. I ate 5 bowls of soup. It was the best dinner ever. The next spring, when my mother was starting her garden, we planted some flowers next to the Chinese vegetable. Mrs. Cromery, the Fitzgerald, and the Angel Howe planted some Chinese vegetable next to their flowers. Soon, the whole neighborhood was growing Chinese vegetable in their garden. Up and down the street, little green plants poked out of the ground. Some looked like leaves and some looked like grass. And when the flowers started blooming, you could smell the soup in the air.
Hey guys! So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, again, just click big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I am up to 100 subscribers. Like I'm like 72 or 3 I think. But if you guys subscribe, then I can get to the 100 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, let me know in the comments. And the story was really unique, and the story was really fun, and it was just really fun and unique, you guys. I'm just super tired, that's why I'm kind of crazy right now. But it was really fun reading, and my mom was helping me with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video.